hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Remastered. Today it's going to be Soma and Bisu today on Polypoid, bottom right. It is Bisu. He is our all-time Legend Protoss player, and on the top left it is Soma, a very, very excellent Zerg player, an ASL qualifier. He gives everybody a hard time no matter who he plays. And this is an RJB replay. Check him out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. We've got Terry the Overlord moving down south. What up, Terry? Hope everything's okay with the family and the kids. And yeah, it's a 4-player map, so it's a hatch first build here from Soma, unless he wants to mix it up and try to fool Bisu here. Walling off on the high ground is Bisu. All right. Is it going to be a one-base play, maybe an early DT rush? Or is he just preparing for an early pool? Well, joke's on you. There is not an early pool coming, that's for sure. Oh, right. Okay, so pylon up here to protect it, and then powering the gateway. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, 230, 12 supply. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there are zealots. Zealots in your future here, Mr. Soma, because it's gateway first here from Bisu. On the other side, pool, cool. So not going for speedlings anytime soon, really. Just gonna have lings out for defensive purposes, maybe send them out for scouting purposes, but this isn't anything where someone's gonna try to go for a ling flood in the next 2 minutes to 3 minutes or so. I think Bisu is totally fine to send his Robert the Zealots out. Robert the Zealot mugs and t-shirts available at falconpaladin.store. Boom, 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 ba-da-ba-da-boom. Yeah, I mean, this is Bisu, man. Feels like he opens up gateway first against Zerg about 90% of the time, and he will use the best zealot control in all the world to try to make you hate your life if you're a Zerg player. Yeah, look at this. He wants a third hatch so bad, and Bisu's like, how about, what if you didn't have a third base? Oh, now you can't fight. You're too injured. But maybe bought enough time for the zealot to come in? Okay. Well, all right, fine. Zealot, oop. Zealot really wants our guy down here, doesn't he? Wants our drone with all of 3 HP to his name. But that just bought time for Lings to come out and the spawning pool to finish over here on the natural. So everything's good. I think everything is just fine. Third base coming in, a little bit of Ling pressure, but like I said, the extractor is not even done yet. So there's just no way speed's going to be a factor in anything here, but it's slow zealots. You don't need speed to deal with slow zealots. It's kind of nice if you're trying to get a surround on them, but it's not like you need it. So 2 zealots holding the line here against a little bit of slow Ling pressure, which Bisu just kind of laughs in the face of. I laugh at your 4 Zergling slow pressure. He doesn't have enough gas for speed yet, and it's probably going to get a lair anyway. Yep, there it is. Lair coming at ya. Not surprising in the least. Probe says, oh, interesting. Okay, alright, is this probe dead? If these lings turn around, oh, they want to fight the zealot, though. They don't want to fight the probe. The probe's like, oh, good, I can regen all of my probes. Wonder, what? Soma got lings inside Bisu's base? Aww. Bisu, that's embarrassing. There's no cannons either. So these guys got in. Had a great time. There's a zealot behind the mineral line, though. So far up at the top of the screen that we can't see his head. He's in another game or something up there. He's seeing what's going on in a different StarCraft game. Different multiverse, right? He dead now. that's cool. Third base, done. There's one drone at it. I'm not sure if it's our injured... I don't think it is our injured dude. Injured drone might have died. But hey, Metabolic Boost is on the way. There's almost done. Stargate coming in. Corsair production on the way. Will we see Archons? Will we see Dark Archons today? Are we gonna see some weird carrier shenanigans? This is not a good map for carriers, so probably not. And here we go. Annoying Zealots. It's not that... not that in these positions they're gonna be necessarily killing your drones, but they're just gonna get good trades. That was a lot of dead lings for 2 Zealots, man. I'm not sure I did the math there, but he's got, again. We have seen Bisu defeat many a Zerg player with this very stratagem. But it looks like he's cooled off for now. Just kidding, there's another Zealot heading up. Just sending our Zealots out, then we'll get him a Citadel of Adun. Ooh, +1 air opening. Here goes nothing. Here goes our guy. Working on +1 Corsairs against a Zerg player, Soma, who likes his lings. Doesn't necessarily like mutas in this matchup. I feel like he loves mutas against Terran, because everybody does. But I don't recall many games where he's gone Mutalisks against Protoss, especially blind, especially with no idea what's going on. So, Citadel, are we going to see DTs in Corsairs? Maybe. I mean, it's very rarely like a DT Corsair all-in. But we've seen DT Corsair kind of off of 2 or 3 bases and like enough to wipe out a base and really cripple the Zerg player, but it very rarely is just like, aha, DTs and Corsairs showed up and you died, you know? Although losing a base is pretty catastrophic for most people in StarCraft. Zerg, I don't know, especially it feels like has a hard time with it. Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe Terran losing a base is just as catastrophic for them as it is for da Zergs. For da Zergs. So yeah, Ling Scourge, no Mutalisks. Hydras on the way instead, getting missile attack upgrades and a speed upgrade here too. 1 cannon behind a wall with a bunch of Zealots, enough to handle this many Lings, no question about it. They're just, you know, Scourger here to scout this third, scout this as a potential third. Knows that Bisu's itching to get a third right now. And we'll see if he can pull it off. Macro Hatch, you know how much Falcon loves a good Macro Hatch. Working on speed upgrade for Overlords, helps them flee from the Corsairs to some extent, and there's your Templar Archives. So, as we all know, Storm is the most important spell. If you don't get Storm against a Protoss, or a Zerg opponent, rather, against a Zerg opponent, you're gonna be very sad. Lings got free inside Bisu's base again. That's, I mean, there's cannons here for the Scourge, but also for the Lings. Ooh, sniping down a Stargate would be hot. You're not getting it, though. I mean, you're maybe killing a probe today. No probes have died. Never mind. So someone got a third base super fast, but has not gotten a fourth base because Bisu doesn't have a third base yet, and it makes him antsy. He's like, okay, what is this 2-base play we're seeing here? Well, it is DTs, inside Templar, and it's +1 Corsairs and whatnot. Zealots hunting any static defense of this base? No. Oh, they backed out anyway. There were like 4 Hydralisks here. Well, now there's a bunch of Hydralisks. Whatever. Oh, the Zealots move in, and the Corsairs try to get... They do get some Overlords, while the Hydras are otherwise distracted and employed in the destruction of those Zealots. That was nice. A little Zealot Corsair dive on in. Well, kind of supply blocking Soma. Not to an incredible extent, but nevertheless. Storm is on the way. Feels a little bit later than maybe it should be, but Bisu's been spending his cash on other stuff, like probes and High Templar, which he needs before Storm starts, because it takes a while for the High Templar to get enough energy for a Storm. Alright, time to fire up a ton of gateways. So let's do this. We're going to get Zealots. We're going to start adding Dragoons in, because we are worried about the potential of those Lurkers. Not that I've seen Lurker aspect come through this production tab yet. On the Hydra Den. 4th base coming up. This is looking pretty good for Soma. I'd say the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Dark Templar when there's Overlords and a ton of Hydras running around. I don't know what you're trying to do here exactly, Bisu. There's the lurker aspect, and there's the singularity charge. So Bisu knows. Bisu can read Soma's mind and just know what he likes to do and what he tends towards. And what he tends towards is apparently getting lurker aspect at 10 minutes. Starting it anyway, right? So he's like, all right, well, Storm's done. I was like, this is a quick check to see if Storm is done as a Zerg player. Show up with about 10 Hydras right outside the front door of the Protoss and see what they do. Yeah, I mean, I am so happy that Soma is not going for the mutas. I mean, at this point, it'd be suicide, I think, to start doing mutas. But we have seen some pretty good success from Zerg players who have not opened mutas, but then they've killed the Corsairs, the +1 Corsairs, and then once they're all dead, ta-da, tech switch into muta. What are you going to do now, Protoss? And Protoss is like, ah, you killed my Corsairs. So we might see that from Soma here today. Observatory on the way. Oh, ow, ow. Yeah, I mean, these Hydras are not messing around. They got that +1 attack on them. Third base, warping in high ground. Minerals only for Bisu. If you ever wonder, how do we know these barcode players are Bisu and Soma? It's because RJB has a system that can check hotkey setups and hotkey commands, and they were a match for Bisu and for Soma. There's some really cool stuff going on in Brood War these days. That's a big one. All right, man. So we got our Lurks. We got our High Templar out. We got our Dragoons with range. Next on the list of things is going to be Defilers. We know how this works. Oh, that reaction time was sick from Bisu. Holy crap. I think anybody watching this with those Corsairs would have just maybe lost at least 2 or 3 of them to this Hydra Ball that intercepted them beautifully. Bisu is trying to get a 4th base down here at the 6 o'clock spot. This one has the gas. Really important stuff. And Hive's going to finish up here for the Zerg momentarily. So it's Defiler Mound, and it's Adrenal. And that's what his resources are going to go to here. Ready, go. Some Lings and Overlords. There's your Adrenal. Okay. So Adrenal at least got going. Doesn't have enough minerals after throwing up a ton of Overlords for some reason. And there's the Defiler Mound. Alright, Defiler Mound, cool. Adrenal Glands on the way, cool. So, Zerg's in a fine spot. Zerg's really dealt with most everything that Bisu has thrown at him so far pretty well. Hasn't lost a base, hasn't really lost any drones either, maybe 1 or 2, which is manageable by far. Protoss getting a 4th base up before the Zerg player even really, I was going to say, starts a 5th here. Okay, that works out, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, Soma's just been pretty chill. Hasn't really engaged with anything that Bisu's doing down here. Hasn't really committed anything to kill a base or snipe a front. He's got some Ling scouting off, but has not really brought the full might of the Swarm into battle against Bisu. You can do it, but you feel better about it if you got that Dark Swarm and if you got that Plague. And check it out, Consume's on the way. So at this stage, you're just kind of buying time. Buying time until that Dark Swarm is out, and then suddenly the Dragoons have to flee in shame from like every engagement. Get Iron Amulets on the way. Hydras, you know, chasing these Corsairs around. 189 to 168 supply in favor of Bisu. No real surprise. A lot of this is Hydras. Lurker count is pretty intense. Hydras, ooh, snipe the High Templar. Death sound, but there are still 3 more with this army because of course there are. Of course there's always more High Templar. No, Bisu's never going to bring 1 High Templar to a battle like this. Make no sense at all. Adrenaling says, I can kill 2 Zealots. No, you cannot. Alright, see, you'll see here, not sending everything into this meat grinder because then everything dies. So he's just, you know, we're sacrificing some Lings to try to bait some Storms out, trying to snipe some Obs. Ooh, did he get 2 Obs there or maybe just 1? There's 1 remaining. So Lurkers are still a problem. Yeah, but that Dark Swarm is up. First Dark Swarm of the day. Plague getting researched here next. Storms into the Dark Swarms. That's a good target for your High Templar to look at every single time you have Storm available. Bottom left coming up from Bisu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth base on the way from him on the bottom left. Ling's trying to swing down and shut it down. They are faster than everything on the map right now. Maybe the Corsair's as fast as Ling's. Nah, man, Ling's are fast. Honestly, I'd get in. Yeah, that's a canceled Nexus. That's a canceled Nexus. That's a sick move from Soma. That was very, very close to not working because Bisu almost cut off this attack path entirely. But Soma's able to slip down along this wall and down into the bottom left and wipe it out. That was awesome. Oh, High Templar thinking about killing. Well, they do kill the Lings, but they were targets for the Lings there too. Archons being added into the mix. Whole bottom side of the map pretty well belongs to Bisu now. Whole top side is belonging to the Zerg. So where's the advantage for the Zerg? Where's the base count advantage? There isn't one. Except for the fact that this isn't a base yet, bottom left. So there isn't a base advantage right now, but he needs to expand here. But also he needs stuff. So let the plagues begin. Oh, that's a huge plague right here. Bam! Oh, it's a crazy good plague. Oh, a second crazy. He didn't catch any of his Lings in that second plague. I know Defilers are kind of expendable, but maybe try running with them. I don't know, Soma. Just a thought. Dark Templars coming in. For Dark Templar or Dark Archons? Nobody knows. All right, now here's the Protoss' least favorite thing to do against Zerg is come up a ramp. I guess they hate doing it against Terran too, in all fairness. But seriously, Lurkers, Hydras, Lings, no Sunkens at the top of this ramp. Good snipe on the Ops, but a second Ops and a third Ops are here too. This group trying to set up a sixth base left side. Another plague down. It's almost better than killing them because now Bisu's supply, which is maxed out, is taken up by really flimsy units. Oh my gosh, is everything in this group in play? No, that's impossible. Like, just like a guy who hasn't been plagued yet. 3 Zealots that haven't been plagued yet. This Ling wants a kill so bad. It wants it so bad. Ah! Took its eye off the ball, unfortunately. They did a great game. Thanks again, RJB, for the fantastic replay. Check him out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. Bisu says a 7th base. How cheeky of you. I guess he's getting his own 6th base bottom left, so it makes sense. Ooh, a shuttle's on the way, too. And this is not high ground. So Bisu's going to feel a lot more comfortable crushing this, but oh no, it's a surround from the backside, and everybody here is going to die. I mean, you can storm all you want. You can take as much Zerg with you here, Bisu, but that is a dead army. What have we always said about surrounds in StarCraft? I don't care who is employing them. It's amazing. Crazy, crazy good amazing. Wow. All right, shuttle movements on the way. Like I said, Bisu's expanded to these double expansions bottom left, which is exactly what our guy Soma's trying to do. But this base is his. That's an advantage he's got. And this base, too. I think he needs this if he's going to beat Bisu. He really can't just kind of casually sit on 7 bases and call it good when Bisu's also on 6 bases. Not a good feeling at all. Zealots are sitting on 2-1-2 upgrades. The Lings are at a 2-2 situation. No further upgrades on the way for them. They do have the Adrenal, which is nice. Trying to bust into a very well-defended base with a ton of... Okay, so there's Dark Swarm and there's Storm. And, it's another dude. Soma's control today has been electric. It's electric. Incredible stuff from him. Although I think that northern army is largely dead, and the southern army is getting wiped out by Zealots and Storm too. And there's an Archon being built inside the Dark Swarm, which is hilarious. But Cracklings and Lurker support gonna shut stuff down. That Archon gonna die fast as well. Yeah, Archon dead. More Zealots trying to join the party, but there's a Lurker here causing havoc. 6 kills, 15 HP. More Zealots rolling in, just trying to save this base, but I don't know. I don't know if there is saving. This is some amazing stuff out of Soma. The macro's insane, the follow-ups, the reinforcements. Bisu's reinforcing is very good too, but he needs a High Templar to have enough energy to storm. That one just barely had enough energy to storm. You can't just make High Templar and walk them into battle. Oh, that plague caught a couple Zealots and an Archon. Yeah, these Lings fighting Zealots with cannon support. Don't do that, but that base is dead. And I don't know if Soma wants to keep pressing here. I think maybe it's time to go back home. Man. 2 kills Zealot. 1 kill Zealot. I mean, they're not doing fantastic here, but it is 173 to 114 supply. If Bisu's going to be able to win this game, he needs some kind of a miracle. He needs some kind of, like, a quadruple drop that just wipes out the mineral lines of every one of these bases. I did hear some Overlord loading up sounds, though, and that... Oh, we're doing drops. Yeah, you know the power of drops in ZVP and ZVT. It's hard to get to drops when you're in ZVZ, so it doesn't really count. But, and also there's mutas. Ooh, Ultralisk Cavern. Getting that chitinous plating. So I don't know that dropping this base really makes any more sense than just attacking it, but you can come from an unexpected angle, get a Dark Swarm down, that's your GG. We're done. Like, this army's getting handled by Bisu. That's nice, but he needed to win a bunch of battles and not simply win one battle and lose a battle. This math is not working out for Bisu at all, and I think Soma has done it. Bisu's down to 4 total bases. 2 Protoss bases have died, and no Zerg bases have gone down today. And you're fighting Soma, even if you're Bisu, man, this is a tough situation to come back from. Godlike Storms are maybe on the menu. Look at this. So we have this engagement, but then coming from the other side, this is some of the best Zerg army control I've seen in a long time. Look at this. I mean, I don't know. Protoss players are probably mad, but I don't know if they're super mad about this. This is just Soma kicking butt, taking names. Oh, there was a drop up here. A storm drop, in fact, knocking our guy Soma down to 58 drones, but it's 60... Okay, just made a ton of drones. 67 to 42 workers in favor of Soma. Ultras are going to join the party, but I mean, it's a lot of Archons and Zealots and Dragoons who are all pretty good against Ultralisks. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Ooh, wow, these are Archoning. Coming up here, Dark Swarming this and taking it down would be pretty good. All right, here we go. Soma's up. Only about 30 supply now. He's had a much, much bigger advantage. Very recently in this game, actually. Can Bisu pull it out? Remember what I just... Okay, now, see, now there's Archons holding the ramp. Oh. Oh, the Ultras have joined the party. That's our thumbnail. Storm up. Archons. Blah, blah, blah. Beautifully placed storms, but so much HP on these Ultralisks. And it looks like Ultras are going to be the door slammer. And GG. Bisu taps right out. And Soma is our winner in 23 minutes and 1 second. Okay, 2 seconds on the nose. Wow. That was amazing. What a great game there from Soma. Woof. Got his surrounds in, got his drops in, got his Ultralisks out, just eating storms. These Ultralisks do not have much HP except for this guy. But not dead is not dead in StarCraft. Yeah, so killing this base and this little high ground base and just not losing any of these bases. Getting storm dropped a little bit, but 67 drones at the 23-minute mark. Very, very good. Just rejecting the Zealot pressure that Bisu had. He delayed his natural to throw out some Zealot pressure, and it was handled admirably by Soma. And yeah, no bases down for the Zerg player today. Amazing. That is not easy to do against Bisu in 23 minutes, man. That's really, really difficult stuff. All right, 192,000 points here from Bisu, 214 from Soma, outproducing the Protoss player by 7-2. Got killed by a 2-to-1 ratio. That's going to be our number there. And the resources. Also 21-0 buildings raised. I know Zerg doesn't have a lot of buildings. But 0 buildings died for the Zerg today. That's insane. And 62 to 57,000 on the spent. It's going to be a total of about 5,400 resources outspent here from Soma to Bisu in 23 minutes. And that just allows you to get more army up, get those drops up, get those upgrades going, get the ultras out. And blah, suddenly we done. So GG, man. Soma gets a win. It's been a little bit of a tough run lately for Zerg against Protoss. It goes in waves, people. It goes in waves. I don't try to make it go in waves, but it goes in waves. All right, cool. So that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.